So we are continuing. Now, if you're preparing for your GCE or an internal grade 12, this is your channel right here. Now, like I always say we have intensive online tuition classes as well as practicals. So for those of you that are interested, you can get to be enrolled through our WhatsApp and our Telegram channel, so that we should have those intensive preparation for your GCE exams and for your grade 12 exams as well as grade 9. Incorporating with this, we have other also topics. So if you are watching outside Zambia, which is to get started or to get started into our courses or our online tuitions, we are paying a 150 a month per subject. So you can just do that in kwacha and convert it to your currency, and that is how much you are paying for this. So let's get started right away. And what we are looking at, it's an internal grade 12 paper that came in 2016. All right, so we just want to go back in the past and look at what was asked about in 2016. Now, what you're seeing here is section A, and this is where we'll work to provide some short answers, and starting with question 1, which is saying figure 1.1 shows an animal cell that was seen under a microscope. Now, it's good that they have highlighted to say it's an animal cell, and of course, if we can look with our knowledge on cell, definitely there's no cell wall, then we understand to say it's an animal cell. Now, we've also seen to say that other things have been provided here, okay, like letters that have been labeled, and for sure we're gonna be asked about what are these letters. Now, the only thing that we are sure of is a cytoplasm here being labeled. Now, let's get started and quick jump into start answering, and let's see if we can get it right. Right, so going with the first to say identify the labeled part, which is part F and part G. So for part F, if we take closer look at this, right, if we take closer look at this, we can able to tell to say that this part here, right, let me just highlight that and let me change color here, okay, some green. So what we're trying to label is F, and if we take a look at this around here, all this is endoreticulum. So that is the endoreticulum. Now, if we pay again a closer look at this endoreticulum, we can also observe to say that there are some round things attached to it, which of course those are ribosomes. Now, we know to say we've got two types of these, okay. If you look at this here, this is another endoreticulum, okay, this is another endoreticulum there. So what is the difference is that these, they are attached with with ribosomes. These, they have no ribosomes. So these are called smooth endoreticulum or smooth ER, and these with ribosomes are called rough endoreticulum. So there we go. Our F will be will be rough, okay. So our F will be rough ER, right. So I'll just leave it like that, rough ER, okay. So we jump to G again. Let's pick this and let's just have a closer look at G, right. In this case, what will be our G? So if we pay particular attention, this arrow, if you haven't paid particular attention, it is looking as though it is pointing at this, at the membrane of the at the membrane of the nucleus. But if you zoom in, you find that it is inside. So that will indicate that our G automatically will be our nucleus. So that will be the nucleus of the cell. All right. So there we have it. Then our 2 marks here is done. Quickly again, we go to explain the function of the parts labeled H and G. Now, if we were to look at H, so we cannot explain the function minus understanding what H is. So automatically H will be mitochondria, not so. So this is mitochondria, right? So this is the mitochondria. So since it is one, it is the, it will be the mitochondrion, right? So we have the mitochondrion here, which is the H, and and our I, of course, it will be our cell membrane. So our H is our cell membrane. Now that we've known this, I will just put this here to say that I is the cell membrane, then our H is the mitochondrion. Now remember, we are not labeling, we are trying to state what is the function of these two. Basically, we know to say that a mitochondrion is a powerhouse, right? It is known as a powerhouse. So I think I'm not going to write much. Okay, what I'm trying just to state to say it is also called the powerhouse. Now what is the function? So the function is that it generates energy in form of in form of ATP. So it generates what? Energy, okay, in form of ATP. All right, that is what it does. Okay, through the process of what? Cell, what we call cellular respiration. Okay, wanted to say through through cellular respiration. Okay, so it's a powerhouse that generates through cellular respiration. Other things that we can also talk about is that it is also involved in metabolic processes, and it also regulates cell death, which is apoptosis. So that is another information that I can provide on that. Then quickly, let's go to the cell membrane. With no doubt, we know to say that the cell membrane, it acts as a selective barrier. So to begin with, it is a selective, okay, it is a selective barrier that controls I'll say that controls movements, right? So that controls movement of substances. Yeah, so we know these substances: salt, water, right? In and out of the cell. Okay, in and out of the cell. Okay, so what is another thing that we can talk about? It also provides structure, protection, and also it also facilitates communication and also signals between cells. Right, this is where all those transport channels also they are found. Okay, there are lipids, there are lipids on it, and other things. Okay, when we talk about those kind of things, so we can look at the cell membrane structure on its own in another video. All right, now, so having answered this will be enough for us. What I provided, you can add on for cell membrane to say it also provides structure, protection, and also it acts as also a communication channel. Also regarding to cell membrane. With mitochondria also, you can talk about to say it is also involved in the cell death, which is like I said, like I mentioned, the process of let me write it before I bite myself. So it is called apoptosis. Okay, apoptosis. I was trying to say this quick. You can even know, right? So that is it. Then let's go to the last part, which is C here. So C says we should suggest cell parts which would be present in figure 1.1 if it was a plant cell. Of course, we know to say this is not a plant cell. So the first thing that will come in my mind as a plant cell, that will be a cell wall. Secondly, what I'm going to cytoplasm. No, sorry. I wanted to say not cytoplasm. Okay, so we have the cell wall, we have that. So what else? So I wanted to say the chlorophyll, which is, I would say, chloroplast. Okay, because chlorophyll is found inside the chloroplast. So the chloroplast, right? That is it. Remember, cytoplasm, don't make that mistake, is found in both. Okay, that is the medium or the solution where all these organelles swim in. That is the cytoplasm. So we have the cell wall in the cell, in the chloroplast. So this has been it, and this is how you get your total 8 marks here. Those that wrote this paper in 2016 and those that will maybe in future encounter such kind of similar questions, or for knowledge sake, this is how we know. Like I always say, when I'm answering this, I try to talk about everything about it before I start putting in answers, and that is what I did. I talked about everything. Okay, molecules that are there here, right? These ribosomes. Okay, let me just do that. So these, right, being being ribosomes, these being mitochondrion, rough ER, smooth ER. Okay, the nucleus there. Okay, so that is what we'll try to do in the cell membrane. Then from there, what is it that we know about a plant cell? Then we are set to start answering these questions. So this has been me, IK, on Nur Learning Lab. As a friend explains, please don't forget to subscribe, and also don't forget to join our maths class, our physics and chemistry class, and also we have business studies. Thank you so much, and see you on the next side.